Hey guys, it's me the Marigan, and today we have the SOGFARI KUKRI. It's a machete for all of your outdoor survival and tactical needs. The SOGFARI has a 12-inch blade. Here's a little logo, SOGFARI. Has a saw on the back for survival situations, cutting through wooded type objects. And it is made out of the finest, and I mean the finest, 3CR13 steel that China has to offer. Well, let's go ahead and see how it handles. So far, the 12-inch blade handles pretty well. It's a lot lighter than most steels. For a machete, it actually felt pretty comfortable in the hand. I was pretty surprised. This grip right here is actually not a bad design. This machete was marketed towards an outdoorsman's audience. So let's go ahead and see how well it shaves tinder for the fire. Safety first, my friends. Shaves pretty well. To be honest, for a larger blade like a machete, it has a very good chopping ability, and so it can cut really big pieces of tinder for your fire. Now these might be a little bit too big to start a fire. It's more of a smaller fuel element, but to be honest, it actually made pretty short work, and it's quite dependable for making tinder. Machetes are known to be choppers, so let's go ahead and put it through its paces and see how fast we can get through this little 2x6 area right here. Safety first, my friends. The little kukri belly right there gives you a little bit more penetration. Moving my little table here. Alright, now one little complaint here. When I was using it, the blade is so light for the size that when it chops, it kind of, it doesn't really cut in too deep. It's more for like a jungle setting or a light vegetation setting. This is equipped with a sawback, so let's see how quickly we can saw through this fresh piece of lumber. Safety first, even when sawing. You don't know when a blade could fail. The handle grip doesn't really lend itself well to sawing with the back edge. But it does saw pretty quickly. Now it saws more in this area, closer to the hilt right here. It saws better here than up here closer to the point, mainly because of the position of your hand and the angle of the blade. Well, so far the SOGFARI machete, kukri style, has passed phase 1. It's a real easy phase, just to kind of demonstrate the abilities. Now we're going to be moving to the edge retention test in phase 2. What I'm going to be doing is hitting this concrete block right here, heavyweight concrete, with the edge of the blade. When it strikes, then I'm going to go ahead and cut into this lime right here, and we will see how effortless it is in cutting the lime. Now remember, safety first. Alright, we hit right around here. Grab our lime, and let us see how fast it cuts. Oops, a little bit of a little bit of hesitation at first, a little bit of difficulty, but it actually did slice through pretty effortlessly for the most part. At first, it did have a little bit of hesitation, so this steel is actually quite decent for edge retention. Here's the impact crater created. That is a pretty big gouge in that concrete block. And so far, I see very small chips, but it's not really major, not really critical. Alrighty, next we have the brick test. Now we have the brick test. Now this test is a little controversial for some, but for me, I think it's actually a valid test in my opinion. This is actually testing, in my opinion, for the shock mitigation of striking a hard object. Now, when it strikes a hard object, you can have many things happen. You can have the blade chip, you can have the blade catastrophically fail, as you've probably seen in my SOG Jungle Warrior video. In that video, that SOG was made out of 8CR13 MOV steel, and it just completely fractured into 3 pieces. Very bad for a knife. Plenty of other knife choices out there to choose from that will not do that, for cheaper actually. Now, I'll be doing this test, and remember, safety first. Don't try this at home. Angle it slightly. And there you have it. The SOG SOGFARI is actually durable enough, no wiggle in the handle, and I don't see any cracks in the blade itself to crack a brick and mitigate that shock correctly. Here's a close-up of the damage. That's where it was striking, and you see that the teeth are actually slightly ground down from the impacts. So this steel, it's easily, I mean, it's a weaker type of steel. 3CR is, I don't know, I mean, it's a Chinese steel, so I don't really expect much, but it has held up pretty well. Alright, well, let's go ahead and get these baby bricks out of the way. I mean, all of my other knives have passed this test with ease, so let's go ahead and move it up to a little bit harder of a test. The cinder block test, heavyweight cinder block actually. Now, this is a further extreme demonstration. Do not try this at home. Be very, very careful because, you know, like I said, knives do break and they can cause, you know, a lot of injury. So I'm taking precautions. Gloves, rawhide gloves, safety glasses, safety first. Not too shabby. It has actually done very well. So far, this SOG SOGFARI machete has actually, it's quite impressed to me. The other SOG in the past, that Jungle Warrior, broke, but this one is actually showing promise. So let's go ahead and get these pieces out of the way. We don't even need that there. And let's go ahead and go to phase 3, which is metal on metal penetration. I will be using the tip to penetrate into this little propane tank. No propane inside, of course. Been used in many videos, and I'm actually needing a replacement very soon. It's filling up with holes. Alrighty, safety first. Do not try this at home. There we go. Getting some penetration right there. And there you have it. It has actually penetrated into that little propane tank quite well. Now the tip does have, it did go a little blunt, so the steel quality may be playing a factor here. Here's the tip. It didn't sustain catastrophic damage, and it's still a little sharp. You know, on this side it's not sharp at all. I mean, I could seriously just drag my finger across it. This side has a small burr because of the steel quality. It's a lower grade steel, but so far it has not catastrophically failed. Now let's step this test up a notch. Get this out of the way. We don't even need that anymore. I have a 50 cal GI ammo can right there. I'll be striking in this area. I have one hole here. I know which hole that is. It's not rusted over, so I'll be hitting these holes, and we will see how deep it penetrates. Safety first, my friends. turn it a little bit for y'all. Alright. Some serious penetration for a kukri. I mean, it's just completely demolishing that. Look at that. Wow, that is amazing. I'm actually quite impressed that it has passed the test so far. Well, so far it has left huge gouges right here in the steel. And it is actually pretty viable. It hasn't broken and it hasn't shattered. So far, it's actually, it's almost finished with the testing. Alright guys and gals, the last test will be the pull-up test. I don't have a tree stump to hammer this into, so I have to improvise and do pull-ups on the blade. Extremely dangerous. Don't do this at home, alright? Safety first. I can't even. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 pull-ups. It has taken my weight of around 180 pounds, which I'm pretty surprised. I was a little hesitant at first. There was a lot of flex. I mean, a lot of flex in this blade. For a light machete, it has passed the Mayor Fuglycool approval stamp. It passed. Mayor approved, definitely. Would I personally count on it as my go-to machete? No, I wouldn't. I like carbon blades. They last longer. Edge retention's better. As you can see here with the saw, it just dulled the saw real quickly when it had contact with a hard object. Now, you can get these online for about $25 to $30. So far, my impression of the 3CR13 steel is that it seems to hold up a lot better than the 8CR13 MOV steel. Alright guys, well, that's the Mayor. Thanks for watching, and definitely, I test this stuff right here, so you don't have to. Remember to leave a comment in the comment box, like my videos, subscribe, that helps me get more people. Alright guys, well, that's the Mayor. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, it's me the Mayor, and today we have the SOGFARI KUKRI for all of your outdoor survival and tactical needs.